Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. And this is going to be the first update, or I should say weekly update, kind of my Marksman Hunter journey for Season 4 of Dragonflight Mythic Plus and the Awakened Raids. So I hope you guys have been well, and I hope you guys will check out some of my other videos that I've just recently uploaded on my channel, and I'm going to be working on my Mythic Plus videos this next coming week, and I will be live in Aberrus with my guild. Maybe not tomorrow though, we'll just have to wait and see. Depends on when the plumber gets here. Anyway, so we made some really great progress as a guild this last week. So just looking at my vault really quick, we did go 5, we went 8 of 8 normal, and then 5 of 8 heroic. We had some weird problems on Dathia that she kept all of the ads on the 2 platforms, or 3 platforms technically, would all start bugging out, and when they would just start evading. We could never get it figured out, and we got Diurna down to like 5 or 10%. We were really close before raid time ended. So hopefully we'll make some more progress in Aberrus. I'd really like to get the Echo of Neltharion down for the off chance that I get a Call to Dominance trinket to drop, so I don't have to spend at least an early dinar on it, or whatever, bullion, there we go. But then looking at Mythic Plus, we had a lot of great runs. We never got to 8, which if you do an 8 key, gets you a Mythic track item in your vault. That feels bad. I really wanted an 8, but it just didn't work out. We were trying to 2 chest 6s, and we'd have something crazy happen at the end. Or we would try to be timing our 7 key, and then we just... one little thing would cause us to not get the key done, which is unfortunate, but that definitely leaves me hungrier to get it done next week when it's going to be a fortified week, so hopefully it'll be a little bit better for us. So the keys I've been really focusing, as you guys can see, the Ruby Life Pool is not so much, but it just so happened that I did a bunch of them because we got a bunch of those keys. We were trying to get those up to 8s. But I did a lot of Algathar Academy. Over half the keys I did was Algathar Academy, trying to get the puzzle box. I saw one drop, but it wasn't in my bags. Feels bad, but that's okay. So that means I do have a bunch of 515 hero track items available here, two slots for Mythic Plus, and then actually no, they're all 3 across the board going to be 515 pieces of gear. From raid, I've got a 506, 506, and a 493. So we'll most likely be picking raid items, but you never know if you get the Seal of Diurna's Chosen, or the Filial Band, or the bow maybe. It would just be a normal bow from, I guess it'd be heroic track technically for Razagath. But basically, we have a huge amount of power. It's not even creep at this point. It is like power spikes every 2 weeks. So for this week, this is week 1, you can get a full spark, so that means you can create a brand new crafted item. If you guys have checked out any of my crafting videos, I will be holding off on that just to see, since my guild raids first thing on Tuesday, I do want to go ahead and see what I'm going to get from my vault, and then maybe what drops that first night, and then I'll make my pick on what I'm building. But I've got stuff all over the place here, but I did manage to do enough higher level keys to make my first Aspect Awakened crest. I didn't get full crests, unfortunately, this week. Just had a lot of stuff going on, and we were kind of working on some of the lower keys to start off. But I will have a 525 crafted item. It's going to be one of my embellishments, so I'm either going to be putting it on my Adaptive Dracothist Armguards, or I'm going to wait to see what I get in my vault, because I do have the Signet of Titanic Insight, which I've talked about boosting, because it does have my embellishment. It's either that, or I'm going to make the Torque neck piece and put the embellishment there. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I am going to wait and see what the vault blesses me with before I make that choice. So if you haven't made yours yet, maybe you delay it a little bit until you open your vault and see what you get. And I hope you guys did your 5 time walks, because you got a piece of gear from that. I got a poo-poo trinket that's not very good, so it is what it is, though. I definitely had to give it a shot. My favorite encounter so far in raid this week, of course, was Primal Council. It's like the perfect marksman fight. I should have updated my build a little bit for it to do more damage, but I think I did like 650k-ish on heroic. But I have a pretty low item level for compared to what some other people have at this point. Since we raid so early, I didn't get a chance. I come home 30 minutes after raid starts, to give you an idea. So I might be able to open my vault tomorrow, and then that'll be basically it. So I'm really holding off on right now on spending my Awakened Crest. I will be able to make another one next week, but we most likely won't be able to make a full spark. I think they're still going to be doing the half and half. They could surprise me and give us a full spark every week, but I think we got a full spark the first week, and then we're going to get half the next. But you know what? We'll just have to wait and see. They've already changed the way some things work from the PTR to live servers, so you never know. And then you will look at my build here. So I did go up from 486 to 494, so I did jump up about 8 item levels. I got a pair of boots. I got a really nice belt, courtesy of Cowpow, was gracious enough to hand that over to me. And then Potion Stained Cloak from Zaft. So I got a lot of good upgrades from my guildies. I did manage to get this ring for now. It's just a huge stamina upgrade, and it kind of helped my stat line. My stat line's changed tremendously. I'm running a lot of versatility right now, and let me tell you, Veximus, if you guys were doing that this last week, he hurt. He absolutely hurt, and you could easily get 1 or 2 shot if you weren't careful. And so I definitely found that the versatility boost helped. I do have a file on though, so don't forget that. My biggest upgrade was going to be my weapon. I got really lucky, and I got the crossbow from Eggnog or Aeronog from normal, and then I got it on heroic since that thing drops all the time for whatever reason, and I'm the only hunter in my raid team. So, all right, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm holding off. I'm waiting to see what I get from my vault, which my vault, when I open the vault, it will be on the next video. But if you guys are in my Discord, you will get to see what I get early. But my goal and my hopes are to get some sort of ring, a piece of gear that I can turn into tier, because you do have those tier catalyst charges. You get 1 a week, and we already have 1 going, so if you haven't used it, be sure and do so. And also, I had a question in one of my other videos. They asked what would happen if we, should we break the 2 set up or the 4 set? Definitely do not. Make sure that you keep your 4 set at all times, because even though the tier set is the same, like the actual set bonuses, the items are different. So as you can see here, it doesn't count. They're not super friendly in that line of thinking. So hopefully I will get another piece. And also, if you get to 2K, which, looking at my Mythic Plus, I am at 1485 for the week. Long story on that one, but once you get to 2K, you get your Mark of Mastery, and so you'll be able to buy a heroic track tier piece. So keep that in mind, that you can fairly easily, you can get to a free tier token next week. Maybe get something out of your vault that you turn into tier. So I could literally turn around and have a 4 set maybe this next week with the new gear. So that would be kind of fun. But I did get just shy of 1500 rating. The affixes this week were Tyrannical, Storming, and Raging. Barry in my guild ended up doing a 9 Azure Vault. Congratulations to him. We lived in the 7 and 6 range with a little bit of 5 in between. And funny enough, that's what you see down here. I just pugged a Azure Vault key. You guys know me, I don't pug a lot, but pugged into a group, and we were hurting for certain, as you can see down here. So it was a fun experience with players that I've never run with before. A lot of them were trying out a class for the first time and jumping into a +2, and in previous tiers that's no big deal. But it was definitely a little bit harder this go around. But they were all positive. We took 7 minutes on that first boss in Azure Vaults, and then after that we had like 5 deaths on the second boss. And then after that, it was smooth sailing. So they really got everything figured out. So I really appreciate them helping me get those points in my vault. So looking ahead to next week, my goal is to try to get to 2K IO score. I think I can do that. I think that's definitely, in the realm of possibility. I might have to do some 8s. I definitely want to do 8s, because that's when you get those mythic track items. So my goal from now on is going to be getting my 8, or however, I think it's still 8 keys they make you do. Yeah, my 8 Mythic Plus 8s or higher, so I can get those mythic track items. But also, I'm going to be buying a weapon. Most likely, I'll be buying the Razageth bow with my bullion, and then in 2 weeks after that, I will most likely be buying Neltharian's Call to Dominance if I don't get it this next week. And then after that, it'll just depend on if I want to buy a grief torch. There we go, from the vendor, or if I want to skip and go right to my rings. Not quite sure how I want to do my build. It really kind of just depends on how long my guild wants to raid. Since we do want to try to clear everything on at least heroic difficulty, so we can get those feat of strengths. We get the mount for normal, and then we'll probably get a title for heroic. But all in all, I think it was a really positive first week. I didn't do as many keys as I'd liked, and we were kind of all over the place, but I'm really enjoying my Marksman Hunter so far, seeing some really great damage. And I'm really stacking up well with some other great players on more meta classes, so that's good to see. The other things I can think of would be, we're still very squishy. I mean, very, very squishy. So that'll be the one barrier of entry more so than anything else. Forget about our single target damage on anything. It's going to be all about staying alive. And I have a ton of versatility right now, and I found that I'm still just getting my butt kicked. So hopefully in War Within and the alpha and beta, whenever that does come out for everybody, that we'll get some love there and see if we can really get some upgrades in that department. But that's kind of what I have for you guys tonight. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. Best of luck to you in your vaults. I hope you guys get something great, whether that be a trinket, whether that be a weapon if you're not going to get the Razageth bow, or if you're marksman and you already have the Razageth bow, I hope you get the ring or something like that so you can spend your bullion on Neltharian's Call to Dominance and absolutely wreck those charts. And also shout out to Bo doing some really amazing things over in my my guild Discord. They should say my personal Mr. Eggplant Discord. They're doing some really great things and really repping Marksman Hunter to be a fun and niche spec, of course, but a fun one to play nonetheless. So thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Be sure and follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Eggplant. Let me know what you guys get from your vaults down in the description of the video, or if you are in my Discord, please leave me a picture. I would love to see and love to chat with you guys about all of your options about 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning my time if you guys are playing on US servers, or on Wednesday if you're playing on EU servers. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.